Hey guys, Omni here. We're back for episode 12 of season 6 of Supergirl. Last week's episode saw Nixley powered up and just kind of wreaking havoc on the group. Mixley shows up, as we saw, kind of trying to help Kara, but ends up being also summoned by Nixley because she's also wants to set out her revenge on him for the trial participation that he had, or that it was involved with, about getting her locked away and sentenced when he was supposed to be her friend. Blah, 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 blah. Kind of gets sidelined throughout a lot of the episode because his powers, he not able to use them, otherwise Nixley will know where he is and they got to keep him hidden, blah, 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 blah. But in the end, to stop Nixley, they create this magic dampening cuff, this fixed fifth dimensional energy dampening cuff, which Mixley has to actually put on her. Man, this, like, these names back and forthing is difficult. But in the end, she captures Mixley. She's also dampened, and now she's in the wind with Mitch. So who knows what's going to happen? The Ornfeld building has been destroyed. We're dealing with the fallout of that as well. I'm curious how we're going to follow this up. As far as I know, this is the episode in which Diggle is going to be appearing. So I'm looking forward to seeing more of that story. It's going to be pretty interesting to see how they tie this in. This is his last appearance, as far as we know, for the 5-episode kind of run he's had throughout the Arrowverse this over the last couple of months. So I'm curious to see how that story comes about. Now, I did read before going into this episode that even beyond this episode, Diggle's journey is going to be continuing in an interview with David Ramsey himself. So we will be seeing more of him in the future of the Arrowverse, and more of the Green Box mystery unfolding as part of the story. So makes me feel like maybe it won't conclude tonight, but I really hope we get a little bit of something in here for it. But guys, let's go ahead and dive into this episode. But remember, if you want to see the full-length unedited reaction to this whole episode, make sure to check that out over on Patreon, or if you become a member here on the channel, it gets you access to that as well. Just help support the channel, helps me work on getting multiple editors to help me with all these videos coming about. It's just your way of putting it out there. If you can't do that financially, man, just help me out by sharing, liking, and commenting on these videos, guys. I really appreciate it. Every little bit does help, and I really appreciate you guys who come around for these videos. But let's go ahead and dive into this episode. Here we go.
Do you have the location of the totem yet?
No, we don't.
Oh yeah, I forgot about these totem things.
Hey, Joey.
24 hours earlier.
Hey, Kelly.
Okay.
I'm taking my friend to see our new place. Orlando says it's gonna happen.
Oh no.
Oh, I'm so happy for you. Joey?
Well, let's start out like that. Let's do this. Gosh.
Okay, okay, you're okay. Help is on the way. Orlando!
Oh, they're freaking lucky.
How'd this happen?
I don't know, but someone called 911. They'll be here soon.
To the Heights? By the time they get here, people won't make it.
I can't breathe.
I'm gonna make some calls. Let's go and open up a bed for one of the good people of this community. Thank you so much for bringing my attention to it.
Yeah, sure about that. I just need to leave that one lady just outside.
I have some med school friends that work at other hospitals. I'll see if they can send some respirators over.
That would be amazing.
I have to go. I'm so sorry, but you are amazing. You can do anything. I love you.
You're leaving her on her own, kind of, here.
You inhaled a great amount of particulate matter. You just have to rest.
RP90, that new drug for respiratory issues, you can give that to me.
RP90 is still very much in trials.
You tell your chief of medicine that if he wants those healthcare grants approved by city council, then I get the medicine.
Ugh. Sorry. What the fuck?
Can someone...
Did they all inhale fifth dimensional energy?
Hey, hi. That child cannot breathe and we need some help.
I'm sorry. We're doing the best we can.
Feline yesterday. Since then, it's the only news people have been talking about. No pussyfooting around it.
They're using it to cover up all of this shit. To drown it out.
Hey, James. I needed to vent to someone that I knew would get it. I don't know how you did it. Because I'm already ourselves.
Them, sure. The hospital workers, debatably. But, like, Kara and them,
I feel so powerless.
definitely not.
Mothers, brothers, and I'm scared it's only gonna get worse.
The fuck?
And I don't know what else to do.
What is going on?
Speak what you want into existence.
Ignis.
I'm so sorry. I could have hurt you.
It's fine. We'll try again.
I've got to go. My friends are in serious danger. I got to get home.
Lena, take this book. Don't deny who you are.
Kelly Olsen.
What the fuck? I mean, I knew he was going to be in this episode, but why is he here? Jimmy call him?
James sent me.
Yeah, okay.
I didn't realize you and Jimmy were in touch.
And I love seeing Diggle like every time.
So you feel alone in this?
Well, they have supervillains to deal with.
Oliver Queen was really good at seeing the big picture. And sometimes, because of that, he would overlook things. When I wanted to show him something he missed, sometimes he would require proof.
Wish it didn't always require proof.
I know. Tell me about it. But right now, Kelly, what do you know?
I know something is making the people in the Heights sick. And I know it's something more than just that Ormfeld building coming down.
Best place to start is at the source. Let's go.
John Diggle team up.
What is that?
What's that weird glow coming from that door?
Oh, that treatment I got has me feeling amazing and hungry. I would kill for a sandwich right now.
Why? What heck? What keeps happening to him? Like every time she like does something, he's like.
I thought about it and then it appeared. I could transform this entire neighborhood.
Fucking A, man.
Nixley repowered herself once before. She couldn't do it again.
I'm not letting her get away this time.
Kelly?
The contaminated debris is radiating small amounts of fifth-dimensional energy. It's what's making the people here sick. Our scanners will help us locate the debris. Removing the contaminated debris should lead to the people recovering almost immediately.
Great. Everybody wins.
Things have changed with the Ormfeld building gone. Now we can have 5 new tech companies in there instead of just one. We have a real opportunity, Councilwoman. We need a new vote.
What?
The people in your district seem to really need this.
Sure, who wouldn't? That's just the beginning if you vote with me.
Is the energy somehow tied to like their life force now? Is she like literally preying on people to give her commands? I don't know what's happening right now.
She was near the building when it imploded. And was here sick the other night. She's reading high levels of fifth-dimensional energy. We need to get her back to the tower.
They shouldn't let their own weakness hold them back.
So you just got better, huh? Just like that? You get some fancy treatment and get better? What about my brother? What about all the people in that hospital? People deserve better.
Get me out of here.
Let's go.
Take care of them.
I'll get Rankin. You stay here.
I'm not gonna lie, it looks a little goofy when she doesn't have like the full outfit. The stormtrooper vision.
There is something wrong with you.
There's nothing wrong with me.
Well, there's a lot of things wrong with you. She just summoned a fucking sledgehammer.
I won't be stopped by you.
Oh my god.
Where were all of you? Kelly, what happened? Rankin is the problem. She's a source of the fifth dimensional energy, and I don't know how or why. There was a fight at the hospital, and I couldn't stop her.
Kelly managed to grab some of Rankin's hair.
I told you the people in the Heights needed your help, and you didn't see them. You don't see me.
We're gonna stop the person who did this.
I know! I know that you were all trying to stop Nixley. I know. But do you hear me? People are gonna die. And I feel like I am yelling into a void. We are supposed to fight for everyone together, and everyone here is just too busy. Where is the outrage that people are gonna die without help? Maybe you could spare a second for them.
I mean, I get it, but like, if they don't catch them, way more people are going to be in trouble. It's like the same problem I had when everybody was getting on to like Clark and Superman and Lois about, you know, he needs to be there. I was like, well, if he's not, the planet explodes.
I don't know what just happened.
No need to apologize.
I just want to make a difference. But I am one person fighting a system that has been against those that need it for centuries.
And we have been fighting for centuries. Fighting through exhaustion, fighting through being tired. But now is not the time to walk away from this fight. Use your exhaustion to fuel your fire. I've carried racial trauma like breath. So I know what you're carrying. I had an opportunity to become a special kind of hero, but it would have meant me leaving Lila, my kids, and everything I love behind. So I had to ask myself, what kind of hero do I really want to be? What are you gonna do with what you're feeling?
I want to be an advocate for the people who have lost hope, for the people who have been failed by those meant to protect them, for the people who don't have heroes that look like them, protecting those that are exhausted, so they don't have to fight every single day for themselves.
Good. Let that guide you.
What can I do to help? Acknowledge that even you have blind spots. Hear me when I say that they need help. And support me. And I just feel so guilty. I appreciate that. But guilt isn't an active emotion. It's about what you do next.
I just don't think this is a scenario where this argument really holds up.
The people in the Heights are the priority right now. And we'll make sure to lure Rankin out of the Heights when we take her down.
Agreed, but not too
Fair enough.
We need to stay close to the affected people in order to properly redirect the energy back to where it belongs.
Brainy, I need your help with that. The helmet needs some work.
I've been waiting for this moment a very long time. I've been working on yours for quite a while. I have a few 31st century ideas I think you'll like.
In the 31st century, are we any better? Have we figured out any of this? Ending discrimination, racism. Please tell me we do.
I want to tell you it's all in the past, and that we have evolved past it all, even in the 31st century. We haven't. It is better in so many ways, but there are generational scars, and honestly, a lot of work still to be done. You know what you have here? In this time that we never had? You, as the Guardian. There's still time to make a big difference. I believe in you, Kelly Olsen. I always have. What do you think about something flashy?
Yeah.
Hell yeah. Now it looks like everything fits.
I'm going to destroy this whole city and rebuild it from the ground up.
The whole city? Really? Why?
Protect the neighborhood, fan out!
Man, John has been, like, he's been, like, delegated to, like, catching things and just holding them in place for the past 4 episodes. Like, that's all he's done in every fight so far. Is, ha! I caught it. Don't worry. Got it.
Orlando! I'm here because of Kelly Olsen.
Kelly Olsen. Quite obviously. Oh, that cut was not great. I'll just throw her in the dumpster.
Remember, always always eat your vegetables.
It's true. Thank you.
I'll always be here for you all.
I'm Guardian.
That was adorable.
James will be so proud to see you like this, working with the community. It reminds me of something Jefferson Pierce once said.
Ah ha ha.
Don't be a hero to the people. Be a hero for the people.
For the people.
Good luck.
Thank you.
I like that. Is that it? Is that all of our John stuff?
Headed back to Metropolis already?
I am. Worlds await.
Worlds await. A tease. Damn it. Ah! Stop blue balling me. Oh, she just mailed the book. It's like, miss, you're taking the book. You're gonna be the bestest sorceress around. I don't know what the hell that like accent was there.
It kills me to see you in pain. For now, just hold me. That was I mean, I feel like a fair amount of this episode worked. But it came down, like I said earlier in it, that like I feel like the things aren't interchangeable. Like the priorities there weren't equivalent or swappable in those moments, and that I feel like while I completely agree with everything that it's talking about in this episode, I don't feel at all what Kara and her team were doing was at all wrong. Because for all they knew, like, listen, let's give a hypothetical, you know, they did devote all their time to figuring out what was going on and gave up completely on looking for Nixley. She could easily be somewhere else destroying something, more people, doing more harm, more damage, or whatever. Luckily, that situation didn't happen, obviously, because that was the narrative of the episode. But it comes down to the same thing that I've criticized the same people that like, and it's like any superhero thing, like it's not exclusive to this. It's like anytime like there's somebody who like harps on the superheroes for doing the superhero thing. Like in Superman, like he got chastised for stopping a missile from like hitting a place or stopping literally the explosion of a planet. And they're like, you should have been here for us, for your family. I'm like, there wouldn't be a family to be here for if he wasn't off doing that. Like, I get the sentiment, but it's just, it doesn't equate. But so that's why I was like trying so hard to like feel like for where she was coming from in that moment. Like, and again, all the things she's saying are true, but there is, as they said in this, a bigger, broader picture that needs to be looked at here. Like, should their purview be changed to focus on these people who need immediate attention here, while potentially way more people are getting hurt? Thankfully, that didn't pan out. Everything's fine. Again, that's because that's the narrative that was written to fit this and make Kelly right in this episode for the sake of the argument. But again, I like what they did. Once we got away from the Nixley magic stuff and we got into the other half of it, when we got away from the superhero aspect of it, I like the conversations that were being had. Like between Kara and Kelly, between Kelly and Orlando, between Kelly and Diggle, and Kelly and Alex. I liked all the conversations that were being had here, all the points that were being said, and like she tells Kara, I was like, there's no way you can know my shoes, my experiences. Same thing she tells Alex, like, there's no way you can know. And I admit that. There's no way I can know or relate to that. Like, I can understand it in my head. I can understand the details, but I don't know what that
I can't ever really know what that feels like. And but I have I still like the other side of me is still like, and I respect that. I do. You guys know for everything I've talked about in the past couple of years as well, especially with all the stuff that we cover. You know where I stand on all this stuff. You know how I feel and how a supporter of this kind of stuff that I am for sure. But like, it's just like, I don't feel like the writing laid it out in a way that made it consumable. If that makes sense. Not as much as the previous episodes. Like, I thought the last time we dealt with the Orwell, is it Orwell? Ornfeld, I think. Gosh, I can't remember what it's actually called now. Anyway, the building that was going to be the housing. Like, I thought that one did it much better. And then the one where she met Joey in Orlando, I thought that handled it much better. I thought this was a little... I just thought it was just clunky. And it's not even, like I said, it's not even specifically a problem with the story that they're trying to tell. It's a problem that I've had with this kind of direction at attacking your heroes for putting a spin on it. And it's not just exclusive to this. Like I mentioned, the same sort of thing happens in The Flash. The same sort of stuff happens in Superman and Lois. Like, it's not exclusive here. But it just, like... I don't know. I don't even know if I'm explaining it properly or not. But I liked the episode as a whole. I liked how Kelly really took this energy, much like John kind of, like, communicated to her about turning that around in a way kind of like what he did with Luke back in Batwoman. You know, kind of being the fuel to the fire, like finding that, pretty much helping them find ways to redirect their energy. And it is right. Like, there is like a scope to like these larger scale superheroes that protect the globe. They are, and this is something that's addressed in the Invincible as well, in a way, that Omni-Man is always so busy. Superman is always so busy. The world, sometimes they can easily miss things that are happening on the ground level. That's why it's really important to have ground level heroes, you know, like Daredevil, Spider-Man, like those types of people. And that's where Guardian kind of fits in. You have these ground level heroes that deal with the nitty gritty, dirty part of the world that isn't necessarily the planet. But at the same time, if you don't have your eyes on the greater scale, especially in a world like DC, where there's planet affecting crises on a weekly basis, at the same time, like, it's like, how do you balance that and it be, I don't know. I feel like the show definitely, and the episode itself definitely has its heart in the right place. And it's sending the right message. I just don't think the way they tied and integrated it into the story and in bringing down the other heroes into the conversation, that was the best way to do it. And again, man, we're getting teased so much. This was the last Diggle appearance out of these shows. And it does seem like he's like, all right, well, worlds await. I'm going to go off. We got the little like smirk because Brandy knows what's about to happen because he's from the future. Just like I feel like he knew that Kelly was going to eventually be Guardian, so he was preparing all this stuff. Which in turn, did he know that he was the one that created her stuff for her? Or it's like time travel stuff. And I'm not trying to come down on the episode at all. You guys know me. I don't know. And I know regardless, like it definitely hit. Like I got so misty multiple times throughout this because I've seen this stuff, man. I've seen it in my world. I've seen it everywhere else where this kind of stuff happens. To people I know, to people I love, and it's disgusting that we're still living in a world that is designed in this manner, and we're struggling to see that change on so many levels. But I don't think the episode did a great job at gracefully transitioning us into that conversation. Especially considering, like, I felt like like I said, it was more organic the last two times we kind of touched on this subject matter. But all in all, I'm glad we got Kelly in the suit. I like all the moments with Kelly taking her and owning her own strength. I liked the ways that it frames like being an ally, how to be an ally, how to stand, and how to, be there for the people that you don't necessarily, there's no way you could walk in their shoes. Like, I like that aspect of the episode as well. Then Lena getting, like, getting her magic spell powers in here, and then her mom's old friend mailing her that book when she saw shit was going down in National City. So she, like, mailed the book to her to continue her Hogwarts training there. I'm really curious to see where that stuff with Lena goes. And again, we had like a conversation with Jimmy over the phone. Still no sightings of Jimmy. Are we going to see Jimmy by the end of the show? Hope so. I hope he makes an appearance. But yeah, it was an alright episode, man. I mean, it's like I was just really looking forward to Kelly getting into the Guardian suit, and it looks fantastic. And it was kind of goofy when she was wearing Jimmy's Sky's fucking helmet and the original shield and all that jazz. It was funny. I liked it though. So yeah, I don't know. Maybe I'm being a little too harsh on it. Who knows? I don't know. You guys tell me. What'd you guys think of it? Do you think it handled it smoothly? Do you think it handled that transition, that blend? What'd you think of the episode? What'd you think of Kelly's picking up the shield? I did get, and I mentioned this on my Twitter, we do have confirmation from David Ramsey that this is not the end of Diggle's story. We will be seeing Diggle more throughout the Arrowverse in the future and where his path is going. We'll figure out more of that going forward. I just expected, like, with how they kind of like preambled this whole thing, I expected a little bit more of that story in each of these episodes. I feel like Flash kind of gave us the most of it. And I get he's there to service the stories of the individual shows, but I still wanted to see a little bit more. What are they? They're just hyping us up, man. So I know he's directing another episode of Superman and Lois next season for season 2. So maybe we'll see him ring up in Superman and Lois, because they know we're all waiting on, man. So like, if they let us down on this, if they just keep teasing it and then it never happens, people are gonna be mad. That's all I'm gonna say. But guys, sound off the comments. Let me know your thoughts on the episode. We'll carry on the conversation after the video. If you want to see the full unedited reaction to this, remember that's on Patreon, or become a member here on the channel, get you access to that as well. I want to shout out our channel legends, Mandy Scher, Ryan Karen, Jason Coleman, Philly Vane, York, Corey Scobb, and Margaret Grace. Thank you guys so much for your ever-loving support. If you want to talk about this in the comments, you can talk about it in the Discord, or you can follow me on all my socials. Links to all of those are in the description of this video, and I'll see you guys next week with the next episode of Supergirl. Take care, everybody.